My boss fired me because I bought a house in Canada. Story time, guys. So this story is about a follower of mine. So she sent me a message, and the message was so lengthy. Somehow I got to read the message, and I really felt bad for her. So I reached out to her, and when I read the message, I actually almost shed tears for this lady. Like it was so like unbelievable and so sad to be in her situation, guys. So this is what happened. So this lady came into Canada many years ago. When she came into Canada, I think believe she did support work for a while, and after that she was able to land like a decent job because she had like extensive experience in her country. So she landed a job in a top 5 bank, and she was working. She was earning a decent salary. You get her husband didn't really have, like, he was still doing some of the menial jobs that she was doing, but she was lucky to get like a decent job. You get, so she was working at the job. When she came in, they did some form of training for her to get used to the systems and the processes, like where she was working. And after a while she picked up, after like 3 months she picked up, so she started doing very well. In her first year her appraisal was very, very good, like she had almost 100%. In her second year her appraisal was very, very good. So in her third year she was like, okay, I think it's time for me to buy a house in Canada. I'm tired of renting. You get, since I earn a good salary I could get a mortgage and all. So she spoke to people, they introduced her to mortgage brokers and all, and she was able to get a mortgage, a pretty decent mortgage. She did put her down payment, and she got a house. So in the whole process, she was so excited because that's like her first house ever. Even when she was in her own country, she never had a house of her own. So she was really, really excited. And she shared the news with her boss, like her direct manager. Direct manager is not a black. So you know what I'm talking about. So he shared the news. The manager was so happy for her. In fact, the manager gave her some house gifts and all to, like, for her house. Just maybe something not up to, not passing company policy, definitely. So she was so happy. She felt like everything was good. Her house was closed early. You get, she closed early. She moved into her house. Her manager was so happy for her. You get, and in fact, she took the happiness to another level by giving her like a gift for the house. But she noticed that after she bought the house, the manager started treating her differently. Like when they get into a meeting, she's always like maybe talking down on her, or maybe when you write an email, she always says something nasty in presence of, like, in an email that you're tagging maybe senior directors and all those things. The manager picks, you know, when you're picking fault in somebody's work and you're making it very public. She never used to do it before, but now she does it so much. So she's not wondering that what happened, what changed. So she sat down with her manager to discuss. Anytime she discusses with her manager, she's like, nothing is wrong. That was just an issue. But she kept doing it. She kept making her feel bad. You get, she couldn't, at a point, she couldn't even look people in the face because she started looking at her as inept because of all the corrections the manager made in public, like to her, in presence of so many people. So it started taking a toll on her mental health. She kept trying to reach out to the manager. She just noticed that the manager was distant, was always like, you guys understand what it means to be in that kind of toxic situation. So after a while, she now got like a memo that she was under that they had spotted so many errors in her work, and because of that she had to face a panel why she was making so many errors for the past 6 months. You get, and what was happening. So she was very afraid. She did not know what was happening. So she told her friend, she told her pastor. They kept praying and praying and praying. You get that, okay, whatever is happening in the office, like, God should reveal it, and based on that God should turn whatever situation around. You get, at the end of the day she went into the meeting. They put on a personal development plan. Even in that personal development plan, she was trying, she was working. This person that is naturally to do 8 hours, she will work like, she will work, wake up very early, work throughout the night, just to ensure that everything, like, there was no fault from her angle. But she noticed that it even became worse. Her mind just started picking, like, on the slightest error, like the slightest error she was picking on her. You get, and at the end of the day they terminated her employment because they told her that, okay, we're giving you a chance, you still, like, didn't improve, and because of that we are terminating your employment. So she was so devastated because one, she has a mortgage. She's paying almost $6,000, you get, for her mortgage. Without that job, it's completely impossible. And she doesn't find another job, you get, like, the bank will literally come and possess her house. So she was like, so at the end of the day, she was like putting one and one together, that what made, why did my mother, who was so nice, why the sudden change? Then one of her colleagues, you get, who was her friend, now later came to tell her that the manager, you get, like, the manager was telling other people that this girl that just came, which time, like, she literally used us, she's trying to use us to climb, she used them to go and get a house and all those kind of stuff. Somebody actually leaked it to her. So she was not like, that she didn't know, that she thought the manager was like really happy for her and all. So they were not telling her that next time when she's like in an office, she doesn't need to tell people about her personal stuff. If not, people can get angry. You get what I'm saying? So in a nutshell, I felt very bad for her because she's in a very bad situation. She needs to look for a job ASAP, you get. And at the end of the day, the lesson here is, please, when you're doing any major life event, your boss is not your friend. That's just the truth. You can be nice, you can be cordial with your boss, but your boss is not your friend. Most times people are jealous of people. If you understand what I'm saying, your boss might have achieved so much, but when they see that you're trying to catch up with them, they get jealous and they want to bring you down, you get. So please, 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 never ever in your life make any kind of friendship with your boss. You should be nice and cordial with them, but stop telling them personal things.